Hey everybody, Mr. Throop-Voors here with your homework help on this Tuesday, September 24th. Here is tonight's homework for 9/24. And I just want to remind you as well, this is your planner page. So make sure you are filling out your planner every single day for every class. So for today, you should have written in your planner what your homework is, which is the Start Thinking 2.1, and that's what this is. So the first question says, one of the games on a television game show involves rolling a 10-sided die. Label with whole numbers 1 through 10. Each contestant rolls the die twice. The first roll gives the number of the fraction. The second roll gives the denominator. So first roll gives the numerator, second roll gives the denominator. So the question is, what would you hope to roll on each roll if you wanted to create the fraction with the greatest value? So here's the thing, if you're going for the fraction with the greatest value, what you know about fractions is that if you have a dice that's numbered 1 through 10, and your probability of rolling a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 is all equal, really the first roll doesn't matter. So the first roll would be our numerator. So if you rolled a 2, let's say, on your first roll, the numerator would be a 2. And what you would want for the second roll, if the second roll gives you the denominator. So think about the largest possible number you can create with a numerator of 2. So the largest possible number that you could have, well, think about this for a second. If you rolled another 2, that would be 2 over 2, or 2 halves. And you know that 2 halves is equivalent to 1 whole. So here's the thing. If you wanted to go for 1 whole, if that was the largest number you could get, you'd want your numerator the same as your denominator. So you'd want a 2 over 2. Or if you rolled a 6 first, you'd want a 6 over 6. But that's not exactly the largest number you can create. So I want you to keep thinking about that. If you rolled, let's say, a 10 first, well, if you rolled a 10 second, that'd be 10 over 10, that'd still be 1 whole. Is there a way to get a number that's larger than 1 whole if your numerator is 10? Well, think about that a bit. If you, I'm not going to give you the answer because I want you to kind of work through what you could get. Think about simplifying fractions. Now, if you wanted a number with the least value, you know that you would want your first number to be a 1, because that's only one part, and you'd want your second number, or your denominator, probably to roll a 10, because then you'd have the fraction 1/10, and that's the smallest fraction you could make. So having it in 10 equal parts, so 10 for your second roll, and your first roll would be a 1. If it was a 2, well, 2/10 is larger than 1/10. So 1/10 would be the smallest number that you could make with that 10-sided die. Now moving on to this second part here where you're simplifying these fractions or reducing them. 6/48, well, here's what I know. You can either do this one of two ways. You can write all the factors of 6 and 48. And so the factors of 6 are easy. It's 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Those are all the numbers we can multiply together to get 6. There's a lot of factors for 48 because it is not a prime number. So 1 and 48, and then just keep going. I know that 2 times 24 is also 48, so those two factors connect. And if you think about it, you could do this the entire way. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 14, 12 and 16 and 24, of course. But I know that 6 goes into 48. So one of the factors of 6, and it'd actually be 6 times 8 is 48. So one of the factors is 6. And I know that's the largest factor here for 6. So I know that I can divide my numerator and my denominator both by 6 and get this reduced, because if I'm dividing by 6 over 6, we know that that's 1 whole. So it doesn't change the value of 6 over 48. So 6 divided by 6, of course, is 1. And 48 divided by 6 is 8. So 1/8 is your fraction in the simplest form. I know I can't go smaller because my numerator is a 1. So I hope this helps. This is your homework help for today. Good luck, and make sure you bring it tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.